Kristen Chubbuck was an American news reporter, born in Hudson, Ohio on August 24, 1944. She was the only daughter out of 3. She had 2 brothers, Greg and Tim. She was enrolled in Laurel School for Girls located in Cleveland, Ohio. She would jokingly be a part of a group named Dateless Wonder Club with other women who had been rejected in the school. She then joined Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, but only for 1 year. She majored in theater arts. She finished her school life in Endicott College, located in Beverly, Massachusetts. She then earned a degree in broadcasting at the Boston University in 1965. According to Greg Chubbuck, she had been dating a man in their 30s while she was 21. Safe to say her father did not approve. She started her broadcasting career at Wiz in Cleveland between 1966 and 1967, then attending a workshop in radio and television and radio at New York University in 1967. That same year, she worked in Canton, Ohio, and for 3 months, she worked at WED TV in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania as an assistant producer on 2 local shows named Women's World and Keys to the City. She left in 1968 to spend a few years as a hospital computer operator. She also spent 2 years with a cable television firm in Sarasota, Florida. Immediately before joining ABC affiliate WXLT, now WWSB, she worked in the traffic department of Talk in St. Petersburg. WXLS owner Bob Nelson had hired Chubbuck as a reporter, but later gave her the role as the lead of her own community affairs talk show, Suncoast Digest, which ran from 9 a.m. Production manager Gordon J. Aker described Chubbuck's new show to a local paper.
It will feature local people and local activities. It will give attention, for instance, to the storefront organizations that are concerned with alcoholics, drug users, and other lost segments of the community.
Page 5 of the article showed a smiling Chubbuck posed with the WXLT camera. Note, this section mentions suicide and other things. So if you want to skip about 2 to 4 minutes, you can. Chubbuck would speak at length about her struggles with depression and often suffered with suicidal tendencies. She didn't tell anyone her plan. She tried to end her own life in 1970 via overdose, but that wasn't successful. She was even seeing a psychiatrist weeks before her death. Many believe a lack of a partner was a factor for her depression. She would mention that her 30th birthday was approaching, and she was still a virgin, and that she hadn't been on much dates. She did have a crush on her CEO worker George Peter Ryan, but after she found out he was already in a relationship, her depression kept on spiraling out of control. When she would receive compliments, she'd always reject them and was always critical about herself. Chubbuck would have a surgery on her ovaries the same year as her death. The doctors had told her if she wouldn't get pregnant within 2 to 3 years, she would never have a child. On the July 15, 1974, Chubbuck confused CEO workers by claiming she had to read a newscast to open Suncoast Digest, something she had never done. That morning's guest waited across the studio while Chubbuck sat at the news anchor's desk. During the first 8 minutes of the program, she covered 3 stories and a story about a shooting from the previous day. The shooting occurred at a local restaurant named Beef and Bottle at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. The film reel of the restaurant shooting jammed and would not run, so Chubbuck shrugged it off and said on camera,
"Is in satisfactory condition at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. In keeping with the WXLT practice of presenting the most immediate and complete reports of local blood and guts news, TV40 presents what is believed to be a television first. In living color, exclusive coverage of an attempted suicide."
She drew a .38 caliber Smith & Wesson Model 36 revolver and shot herself behind her right ear. She collapsed violently and the footage went to darkness. They changed the viewing to public service announcements and then a movie. Her death was reported on the news. Here's one such report.
A great explosion of pregnancies.
The woman host of a local television broadcast in Sarasota, Florida this morning pulled out a gun and shot herself in the head while the program was on the air. 30-year-old Chris Chubbuck is in critical condition tonight. Seconds before shooting herself, Ms. Chubbuck told WXLT TV viewers, "In keeping with Channel 40's policy of bringing you the latest in blood and guts and in living color, you're going to see another first, attempted suicide." Family members said Ms. Chubbuck had been depressed and had talked of suicide during the weekend.
And thus, it's lost. A clip circulated around the internet.
immediate and complete reports of local blood and guts news, TV40 presents what is believed to be a television first. In living color, exclusive coverage of an attempted suicide.
It was a hoax. Rest in peace, Kristen Chabak. This is the most disturbing last media. I don't need to explain what happened on 9/11, but if you really want me to summarize it, I will. On September 11, 2001, a series of 4 coordinated terror attacks would occur across the US. All of the attacks coordinated by Al-Qaeda. 19 people would hijack airliners. 2 would fly into the World Trade Center. 1 hit the Pentagon, and the final hit a Pennsylvania field. 5 years after the tragedy, a post on 4chan discussed a video apparently named "Lol Superman." The video was apparently from the ground near the Twin Towers. It apparently captured the jumpers impacting the hard floor at high velocities. It did also show the aftermath of the collisions. It was a shock video, a video made to surprise the audience, to shock them. It was alleged to have been reposted across the internet, but removed quick due to the graphic contents. It then fell into obscurity for 15 years, until a Reddit user named Theskachaidu posted on the subreddit or Lost Media. Partially lost. Lord Superman last 9/11 shock video from the early 2000s. Does anybody know information? And with that, the search was on. It is speculated that the video is 2 minutes at most and is mostly shaky. The exact time of the video is roughly estimated to be between 8:46 a.m. to 9:59 a.m. The identity of the person behind the video is unknown. Although people dissected some news footage and discovered 2 unidentified people ascending stairs, they are most likely the people behind the video. Apparently, there was people falling onto the ground and plummeting onto cars. It was quite graphic. Although the original post on 4chan claims it was found on YouTube, many in Reddit and across the internet claim they have viewed it on different websites and media. User Papa Cookies claims they watched it on popular core shock website, whereas another user claimed to have watched the video on a website ending with 666.com, for example, America 666.com. Others claim it's a part of the infamous Faces of Death series, which is notoriously banned in the UK, Australia, New Zealand and Germany. It featured mostly fake scenes, however it contained real scenes of animal slaughter and executions. Oh, and with the end of the Mondo trend, films like Banned from Television and Faces of Death all came way before the attacks. The associated image was of the plaza. Everyone claimed it was an image from the last video. Through some thorough research, Reddit user Groom's Animation managed to find the original source of the image. It was taken from a Chinese tourist's visit to the World Trade Center in June 2001, way before the attacks. And with that, the photo was debunked. With the image being debunked, a huge blow was made in the search. As of the making of this video, no new footage or a screenshot has resurfaced. But good news did come. The FBI confirmed they may have a video almost reminiscent of the infamous All Superman video. The search still continues. Armin Mays was born on December 1, 1961 to Waltraud Mays. Although being an only child, he had 2 older stepbrothers, both from his father's previous relationships. His father would abandon him when he was 8. From a very young age, he was infatuated with a very taboo subject. He searched for a willing volunteer on the now-defunct website, Cannibal Cafe. Mays posted an online statement stating that he was, quote, looking for a well-built 18 to 25-year-old to be slaughtered and then consumed. Bernd JRG and Armando Brands, a 43-year-old engineer from Berlin, answered the advert in March 2001. Many would respond, but later back out. Mays didn't force them either. Brands and Mays met on the March 9, 2001 at Mays' home in Westerfeld, west of Rottenburg. I won't delve into every single vulgar detail, but here we go. God help me. The video shows Mays mutilating Brand's penis, oh yippee, and then the 2 try to eat it. Help. Before then, Brands swallowed 20 sleeping pills and a whole bottle of cough syrup. The mixture led to severe fatigue and shortness of breath. Brands recommended biting his shaft off, and surprisingly it didn't work. So in the shortest terms, Mays castrated Brands. Brands attempted to eat his shaft raw, but it was apparently too chewy. He then fried it in a pan with salt, wine, pepper and garlic, and even Brands' own body fat. What the fuck? Apparently it was too burnt to be consumed. Mays cut it up and fed it to his dog. According to the court, he was too weak to even bite the penis. He was weakened due to his severe blood loss. Almost like nothing had happened, he started to run a bath and then read a Star Trek novel. He would check on Brands, of whom was going in and out of consciousness every 15 minutes. Mays had put Brands in the tub. After loads of feelings of hesitation and many prayers, he fatally stabbed Brands in the neck. After fatally stabbing Brands in the neck, he hung Brands' body on a meat hook reminiscent of this scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The entire tape was for hours long. As of 2024, the tape has not been found, although 4 images circulate across the internet all the time. They are disgusting. I do not recommend looking for them. The tape should remain last forever. He would store the rest of his body in pizza boxes and his freezer. He was arrested nearly 2 months later in December 2002. He was then convicted on January 30, 2004, but not long before being diagnosed with schizoid personality disorder. In April 2005, he had a retrial after prosecutors appealed his sentence, arguing he shouldn't be convicted for murder as it was for sexual satisfaction. It was rejected, and so on May 20, 2006, a Frankfurtian court convicted Mays of murder and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Somehow, in 2020, he was allowed to go on supervised excursions in disguise and in a different state. Mays now works as a laundromat worker at his prison and even attends church. In 2023, his house burned to the ground in a suspected arson attack. No arrests have officially been announced, but 2 juveniles are under investigation. To end it on a high, the IT crowd made a skit about it, and it is just absolutely comedic. Go check it out.
Guten Abend. Hello.
Hello, I'm Moss.
Yes, I'm Johan. Come in.
Oh, nice TV.
Ah,
Good distance from the sofa.
would you like a drink?
Oh, yeah, White Russian, please.
I don't know that. How do you make that?
I don't know. Well, we might as well get to it.
Really? Gosh, so eager, so brave.
Well, once I've made up my mind to do something, that's it.
Oh, that's very admirable.
Yeah, so really just do whatever you want with me. I'm ready for anything.
Well, right. I suppose we'll take your clothes off and we'll get started.
Right. Okay, so how long does this course last?
Sorry?
How long does this course last?
Course? What course?
Hang on, take my clothes off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm confused.
Well, so am I.
What did you think this was?
Well, I was going to eat you.
I may have misheard you there.
Well, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed. This was a bit darker than usual, and that last case was just absolutely vile that has ruined my happy thoughts forever. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.